Hi, and welcome to 4-H 201. My name is Kate Eichstead, and I am the 4-H Military Coordinator. I am glad to be here and excited to be of support this 2015-2016 4-H year. I sent a copy of the calendar via email. We will be going over some of those upcoming important dates. Today's agenda is going over the 2015-2016 calendar, discussing the focus areas for the club, going over some 4-H resources, program planning, and the point of contact. You all should have the 2015-2016 calendar. That will be helpful to have out as we go through this. The first thing on our calendar is going to be the next webinar, which will be September 22nd. This webinar will be going over the National Youth Science Day Motion Commotion kits. Everyone is receiving a motion commotion kit to do a science experiment day. 4-H National Youth Science Day is the world's largest youth-led science experiment. On October 7th, 2015, millions of young people will take part in this year's NYSD experiment, Motion Commotion, to learn about physics, speed, and safety. Please register your event so we can get some accurate numbers on how many youth are participating in this national event. You can register your site at www.4h.org and go to the 4-H National Youth Science Day, and you'll be able to fill out that information there. The next upcoming date on your calendar is going to be October 1st, 2015. And on that date, we are asking that you have in your youth enrollment forms, your leader enrollment forms, your program plans, and your lesson plans. Those can be sent in a few different ways. Via email, military4h@ctar.hawaii.edu. You can also mail it in at our address at 1955 East West Road, number 217, Honolulu, Hawaii, 96822. Or you can fax 808-956-9082. And please send that to me, Kate Eichstead. Next on our event is National 4-H Week. This is also that first week in October on October 4th through the 10th. On this day, or during that week, we ask that you really kickstart your 4-H program. We are sending out a 4-H week promotion kit for you guys to have some fun with that. As you see pictured here, we have some staff members during a training doing a green party. We have green tablecloth, we have some green vegetables, and we have a green dip. That dip recipe is in your promotion kit. In your kit, you'll get a 4-H pledge poster, some green food coloring, green tablecloth, some 4-H stickers, and you can use those any way you like. Be very creative, and we would love to see your pictures. So if you could send any of your pictures from National Youth Science Day and for National 4-H Week to military4h at ctar.hawaii.edu. We'd love to see how you guys kickstart your program this year. And next on the calendar, we're going to talk about conference calls. These calls are are really important throughout the year to allow us to just touch base and keep that open communication. So the next date is October 14th for the Army calls, and you can see the different times there. And then October 21st for the Navy program calls. And then there's several throughout the year. Please note that these times are not the only times that you can contact me. Please feel free to email or call if you do need anything or any support from me. Um, then at the end of the calendar year, after you have finished this year's 4-H program, there will be an end of year report. This report wraps up your 4-H year. This is due when your club is finished. So if you are finished with your club before the end of the school year or the May 31st date, please feel free to go ahead and wrap up your end of the year with that report and send it in when you're finished. But if you're running a program throughout the summer, then we ask that that needs to be in by September 1st, 2016. This is important to turn in for clubs to be counted in our military partnership report. Now we're going to discuss something new this year called the Program Plan Focus Areas. The reason that we're having these focus areas is that they're selected because both branches, the Army and the Navy, have identified healthy living and science as areas that they would like more programming, along with citizenship and leadership. In addition, our military 4-H headquarters is requiring that we show evidence that the children are learning key concepts from their project work. Hence, we will be changing the end of the year report to include a few questions that will reflect these different focus areas. So we have science, STEM, plant and animal, environment, outdoors, healthy living, creative arts, and leadership. So any club that you're running this year that is a 4-H club will need to fall into one of these categories. So for example, if a site elects to do a nutrition cooking club, the project activities for this club must include teaching the children nutrition concepts besides just food preparation skills. If the club leaders use 4-H curriculum, then having a 4-H members be able to answer the healthy eating assessment question should not be difficult. However, if the club activities are only on preparing different recipes without incorporating the nutrition concept, the 4-Hers may not have any knowledge about adapting the healthy eating habits. This could be a cooking club, but just not a 4-H club. If the sites choose to not use the 4-H curriculum and want to offer these clubs that don't utilize 4-H curriculums or lesson plans that incorporate the experiential learning model, then sites should feel free that they still can offer that club, but just don't call it a 4-H club. Another example of this may be one of the most popular clubs at your site, which is a dance club. But you do not use any of the project lessons that follow any of the 4-H curriculum, or you include 4-H club business meetings. So a dance club could be offered, but it would need to have business meetings, and it would also need to follow the experiential learning model. All 4-H clubs should incorporate project work in one of these 6 areas. So we'll go a little further into each focus area. We have science and STEM, which could include aerospace and astronomy, food science, computer, geospatial science, small engines, electricity, robotics, wind, energy alternatives, science discovery, which could include whales, trees, rocks, minerals, and recycling, Plant and animals, this could be agriculture, animal science, ag science, amphibians, butterflies, entomology, gardening, fishing, veterinarian science. Environment and outdoors, this could be a hiking, backpacking, camping, backyard and beyond, bicycle, ATV safety, exploring your environment, forestry, and water conservation. Healthy living, which could include 4-H Cooking 101, food culture and reading, food science, foods, first aid, microwave magic, steps to a healthy teen, and health rocks. Creative arts, which might include filmmaking, cultural arts, photography, theater arts, or visual arts. And then leadership, which can include careers, citizenship, entrepreneurship, service learning, workforce readiness, leadership, and financial literacy. Now we'll discuss some of the 4-H resources. Your site is receiving a 4-H Cooking 101. This is new this year. Also, when you're doing your lesson planning and program planning for the year, it's always great to review what your site has. Take a look at the curriculums that you already have and possibly some of the old lesson plans that you've used in the past. Also, check out 4-H Mall, where you can purchase curriculums there. And also other state universities' resources. Every state has a land-grant university that does 4-H programming, and there's often wonderful resources there. Ohio State has a great Cloverbud opportunity called Click It, Print It, Do It that offers some really great short activities that really are geared to that 5 to 8-year-old range. Utah State has some wonderful supplemental activities to do with your 4-H curriculum. They're called Discover 4-H, and it has 6 activities that could really go along with some programming that you're already doing. Some different animals, they have Healthy Snack Club, amongst others. So now we'll talk about the club forms. Where to get the forms. On our partnership page, www.ctar.hawaii.edu /4H/military partnerships. On this page, you're going to be able to find forms and files, and under that, you'll see everything that you need. Youth enrollment forms, the volunteer leader enrollment forms, your program plan, and lesson plans. New this year is the program plans, and you will see that there is a community club and single project club. So the template is revised this year. There is one template for the community club and another for the single project club. The community club form has pages to include plans for more than one project, whereas the single project program plan only has pages for one project. If you are a site with only a small number of youth and 1 to 2 staff members, you might consider running a community club with multiple projects to cut down on the number of business meetings you need to have, especially if they will involve the same officers for the different clubs. Please also remember that Navy sites are required to have a community club instead of a single project clubs. So these sites should write up their plans as such so that during inspection you will have the documents to support your efforts. So why do we have 4-H program plans? One of our tasks to support your programming includes assisting your sites in establishing impactful long-term educational programs. By purposely taking the time to set learning goals, get youth input for the project activities, as well as keep everyone informed of what the club is designed to achieve and each member's responsibility will help keep your 4-H club work balanced. Putting plans on paper will help staff figure out if all the components are covered. Required number of business meetings, which is 6, 10 hours of project activities, and perhaps a service learning related to the project skill. Related field trips, parent involvements, and even an end of the year celebration to recognize the club members. Taking the time at the start of the 4-H year to put together detailed program plans will also keep your efforts organized and hopefully less overwhelming. It should serve as a roadmap with some flexibility. In case the original leader is not able to meet with the club that's intended, having a program plan with appropriate lesson plans should help another staff member or volunteer to continue the club um, and the project activities so the youth do not have to miss out on their 4-H club experience. So now we're going to just go over the 4-H program plans. Whether you're doing the community program plan or the single project, it both has the same information that is needed. So what is needed is a name of the club, and you want to keep that consistent throughout the year and with your paperwork. The name of the leader, a phone number, email, title of the 4-H curriculum used, and the source. And also give us the number of club members enrolled in this project area. Next on your program plan is going to be your club goals. In your club goals, you should list 3 goals per project. And goals really should be specific, measurable, achievable, result-oriented, and time-focused. You want to be able to show and give some evidence of how you meet these goals or how the goal was met. So here are a few examples. Club members will be recognized at year end by exhibiting projects and recognizing members for their achievements. So this is definitely very specific. It's measurable because it either will happen or it won't happen. It is something that is achievable. It is results oriented as it will be able to be an event that the youth can show off their project at the end of the year. And it does give a time to it. It will happen at the end of the year. Another example is each member will have a leadership role in the club at least once during the year. Another is service club will complete a minimum of 20 hours of service during a program year. Or another example, 75% of the cooking club members will be able to independently make a recipe by the end of the program year. Definitely a skill that can be shown at the end. Then the next thing on the program plan is where you're going to give that outline for the program. Program plans are basically your outline for the year and a synopsis for the lesson plan. So see here you have a date and location, and underneath it there's an example, gym, outside, kitchen, field trip. Just really getting a layout for the logistics. The next is meeting specifics. So example here, it's meeting one. They're going to do an introduction. Example, food safety and generosity. How will you document this experience? So writing in a record book, they'll take photos. So kind of just getting that outline going there. And then next is the learning experience, the activity. What will you be doing at this meeting? So for example, here we're going to have our 4-H business meeting. Then we're going to introduce the new project. Next is a lesson, see attached lesson plan. And number 4 is a closing game, design a clover. And then over to the side, you can go ahead and write out your supplies or resource needed. This way you're getting all your supplies ready for the year and you'll know what you need um, and be able to budget that into your year. So then after you do your program plan, you have a great outline for then your lesson plan. The lesson plan really goes into much more detail. You can use the lesson plans that you're required to have at your site. Um, the format is not as important as the content. So on our website, we do have a lesson plan that you may use if you like, but it really should include the following things. So lesson plans using the experiential learning model. You can use your site's forms, but you could also use ours. So here's some information that we will need. So we need the title of the activity, the life skills targeted, the project skill, learning objectives, the success indicator, time needed for the activity, materials needed, the directions, safety considerations, your share questions, your process questions, your generalized questions, your apply questions, and recognition. The great thing about using a recognized 4-H curriculum is that a lot of this is done for you and you're not having to recreate that wheel. And then the final thing here for today is the point of contact. We realize that positions do change throughout the year and from year to year. So please contact me and let me know the site name and who the point of contact, who will be your 4-H site representative this year. And please give phone number and email address, letting me know the best time to contact, and then also what clubs are you going to be offering this year and the club leaders. This information would be great to have as soon as possible so I can update our records and make sure that we are all on the same page. Well, we are finished with our webinar here, and I hope that you have some great tools that you can get started and have a great 4-H year this year. Please feel free to contact me with any questions, any clarification that you might need, and I am happy to help. So once again, this is Kate Eichstead, and I am very excited to be working with the 4-H program this year. So thank you very much and have a great day.